Hey Ricky, how are you?
What's up, Omar? How's it going, brother?
Good. So people who don't know, this is Ricky from Tengoose Boxing in LA, who also has a
How's it going,
barber shop.
everybody?
That's always he's looking clean, not like me.
I haven't shaved, man. Say hi. I want you guys to I want to introduce my little daughter to you. This is Sadie.
Hi Sadie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
This is my
So Rick,
daughter. I have her. She's been training in my gym since she was about maybe 6 years old, but she's been coming way before that.
oh,
She
very
trains
nice.
on and off. She loves dancing. She's a BTS pop thing, whatever, K-pop dancer. But
Really cool.
we spend most of the time sometimes here at the gym, showing her how to get in shape and make sure
Very
that
nice.
she could defend herself.
Very nice, very nice. So Ricky, tell us a little bit about your story. Like how did you, I know you're in the boxing kind of arena, Tengoose is well known, you're well known. But how did you get into boxing? Like what was your journey?
Man, we go back probably what 32 years ago. And I was 14 years old. I was involved in gangs growing up here in Van Nuys. And one day I decided to write on the wall my moniker, my nickname, what they call me on the streets, which was Daffy at that time. And I wrote it on my gym, which is right here.
Wow.
So this big white boy comes out. His name is Joe Goosen, and he goes, "Hey, you're the one that wrote on my gym." And I go, "No, no, 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 it wasn't me." But somebody inside the gym knew me, and so I had to confess that it was me, and I've been stuck ever since with Tengoose boxing, and it changed my whole life around.
So what was it that drew you? Obviously there are other sports at the time you were growing up and you were going, I mean, you were in a gang, so that took you, I mean, boxing took you out of it. But what was it about boxing that really,
And it intrigued me.
got you? Yeah, drew you
It was
in.
physical because I used to like fighting a lot. Uh,
Okay.
and watching a lot of world champions train at that gym was amazing. What else? And the fame, and just grew into me, and I love the competition, the competitive stuff that was going around, and traveling was one of the main things that I enjoyed when I was a kid. Joe used to take me to like Big Bear and across the states to go see boxing fights, and I became a water boy. I used to carry the buckets. I used to carry the bags for the guys, and then I started learning to be a trainer.
So did you fight professionally, Ricky, or did
I
you go
I
straight
fought
into
I,
training?
I fought professionally. I tried it because I wanted to experience how it felt in there. I really sucked as a pro fighter. I was indisciplined, so I tried it. It wasn't for me. I'd rather teach.
You rather so I mean that's I think with any sport, right? Like you're either a pro or you could be a better coach than a player and a boxer. You could be a better boxer than a trainer, right? That's
Exactly. I had one professional win and three losses. I was just not disciplined, and that's why I'm very strict to why I teach certain people the discipline. That if you really want this, you have to train hard. You can't do it half-assed because that's what I was doing. I was being half-assed fighter,
right.
and I grew into teaching people. It's amazing. Uh, I started working with regular fighters, and from regular fighters, I started training celebrities, and from the celebrities, I started training regular people. And
So
it
tell
became
us.
really fun.
So I'm guessing like with celebrities, and you have them on your Instagram page, like Ten Goose Boxing. I think
Yes,
Brad Pitt's one of them, and many more.
Brad Pitt.
Um,
We got actually. I just got off the phone earlier, probably getting off before I got on with you. His name is Antoine Fuqua. He directed Equalizer, Training Day, Bates, many great movies. Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. He's done a lot of movies with Denzel Washington. I trained Justin Bieber, which is one of the biggest pop stars. I still train him to this day. Who
So
else?
are you as tough on them, Ricky, as you are with anyone else?
I'm tough on everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. That's why they like coming.
Okay, so Ricky, and obviously your journey, you started, you started on the rough side. You got into boxing, and you wanted to become a coach, and you become very successful.
Thank you.
At which point, being a dad, how did that feel? Like, the first time you were a dad to, you have two daughters, so
I
the
have two
first time
daughters.
you were a dad.
I have a 25-year-old daughter. She was boxing too. She was working out. And I have my 12-year-old daughter, Sadie. My
Yeah.
oldest is her name is Bianca. When she was born, that changed my life around. I had to get on my toes and I had to find out what am I gonna do for a living, Me thinking that turning pro was gonna make me a lot of money, but that was an illusion. And I just had to find something. I tried working at supermarkets. I tried working at department stores, and I said, this is not for me. So that's why I went back to the gym and I said, I have to be an entrepreneur. I have to make something for my life. And that's how I make a living now. I support my family. I help them out when I can with the living that I do. Uh, Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's okay. But like anything, I got to still keep pushing forward, and to
And
try to keep my kids happy, actually, put clothes on their back, shoes, and so forth.
so Ricky, so your daughters, both of them, we spoke before our call, and they're both into boxing, but not on the professional level. But they enjoy it enough that they have the skill set and they like going into the gym. Did they? And them being girls at the time, boxing wasn't, it was more looked more as a male sport. Now it's very accepted widely globally that it's both sides, male and female.
I don't accept it as a professional for them because it should be for a man's sport. But for self defense and to get in shape and conditioning is the most beautiful thing that anyone could do. I got mothers and kids that come and do it for the physical aspect of it, the conditioning to get in shape. They love it. They love it, and I love pushing it. And when I train my people like I train professional fighters, just a little lower caliber of it, but they love it. They enjoy it. The kids, they want to keep coming back. I'll show you. I have a bunch of kids right here right now after school that their moms and parents they come. Look, this is gonna be doing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, pretty soon. Hope so. Yes, for sure. Definitely.
That's my nephew. Hi. Say hi to Jessica.
Hi,
Say
Jessica.
hi, Jessica. Yeah. So that's what it is, man. We try to help everybody that we can. My nephew helps me run the program, and it gets like that every hour. It gets really full with people.
Very nice. So you said, Ricky, that being a dad, you had to focus now. You had to look at how do you make money, but at the same time, from what I read from you, is money was obviously an important part, but also passion, and that passion and drive is like what at the end of the day made you the entrepreneur you are today, and help put food on the table and actually more. So for people who want to get into something like this, either being an entrepreneur and a dad at this point, usually they're saying it's safer, obviously, to take a job, and that's not wrong. But you made it happen at a time where you had a daughter, but you wanted to be an entrepreneur, which was a risky proposition.
Oh, big
But
time.
and it paid off, obviously. But what was it that someone could take out of it from your perspective?
One thing that I learned, I wake up every morning, and when I say I wake up happy to know that I'm gonna go to the boxing gym. Uh, some people wake up because they have to go to work. I make my job a happy place because waking up and going to work from a 9 to 5 job is really tough. And some people do it to survive and because to keep their food on the table, they have to do it. Me, I do it, and if I'm not here in the morning, and push people that they want to get in shape, I will have to go give me a 9 to 5 job. So I make it fun for myself, and I always tell parents. I have parents that come here all the time. I go, I am happy. I wake up, I'm here, and sometimes I could be in a bad mood, but when I come in here, I leave that bad mood, my attitude, whatever it is, I leave it outside the gym because nobody has nothing to do with my the way I'm feeling or emotional. I'm just happy to come to the gym and train people and teaching my skills what I learned.
So now your oldest daughter, Ricky, what's her profession? What does she do?
Bianca, she's 25. She has her profession now. She does nails. She's
Very
very,
nice.
she's being an entrepreneur and doing that, and she has a bunch of clients now.
Okay.
Which I'm proud of her, and she enjoys it.
And you supported her throughout the years. Like, did she have that passion growing up? Like that kind of.
Yes, because I wanted her to learn the boxing, just like my little daughter Sadie. I want her to be smart, book smart, and do something different what she likes. She wants to be a lawyer. She wants to become an FBI agent. When they're young, they want to become all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But I always
Yeah.
tell them,
Yeah.
I encourage her to be, if she really wants something, to be disciplined and pursue it all the time to the fullest, not half-ass.
Right. But you said something that's very important, and I touch on this all the time with people is, someone has to people have to find their play. And play doesn't mean just, playing around, but play could be, in your case, probably is boxing, right? That is
Yeah,
if I take boxing out of your life, it'll be dark and miserable and so
I'll
forth.
be
That's your,
crippled.
right. Yeah. That's your play. Do you think that is important? Like, for any parent, any kid growing up to kind of consistently kind of find their play, enjoy it, and keep doing it.
Oh, of course. It's very important. If I could speak for myself because I do enjoy what I love. I love and I enjoy doing boxing. I love going to boxing events. I love meeting different people all the time. Uh, like the mother of my kids, my wife, she goes, she works for UCLA. She wakes up, she goes happy. But I'm sure she wants to do something else besides just working for UCLA.
Right.
A lot of us are unfortunate. We can't choose careers, and some
Yeah.
people they go different routes and thinking I'm gonna do this, but they're not happy, and then I want to do that. To me, that's really unsustainable. They're not stable on what they really want.
Right.
And I had doubts myself in boxing, because in boxing you get screwed. You get screwed a lot if you don't take care of yourself.
Right.
And I had doubts myself too, like, man, should I continue doing this? How am I gonna feed my family next? Because I've been screwed for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And like you said, it's not all about the money. It's not about the money, but if there's no money, I won't be able to pay my rent. If there's no money, I'm not gonna be able to put food on the table. You
Right.
know, and money revolves around any career or anything you do. Uh, but money doesn't make me happy. It doesn't. I just know it's gonna pay my bills and makes me pay, buy my daughter clothes, put food on the table, and from there on, everything else, I'm just happy. You know.
That's not many people in life get to where they are or where you are, like, fast, but eventually that's where you want to strive to, right? And I always say, like, if money is the objective, which it should be, because it is important, it does get you through some things, but if the objective is always money, you're gonna fall short, and you're gonna jump to the next cha-ching, to the cha-ching, to the
And,
cha-ching, and
and
then
that's it.
it's a never ending, like, roller coaster.
And like I tell my daughter when she's here, and I go, baby, if you enjoy it, keep doing it. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to be a professional fighter. I go, just practice, enjoy, and have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. And if you want to do something when you grow up, focus on doing it. Right now, my daughter, she was getting like C's and B's. Now she's straight A's now. And I encourage her, keep doing it, baby. You could do it. And
Yeah.
I reward her, not monetary way, but I buy her like a clothes or shoes as a reward. Even though I do buy it without even her getting those grade A's, encouraging kids. Sometimes their motivation, oh man, my dad's gonna buy me a CD or he's gonna buy me some shoes. You know, I think you gotta encourage your kids in certain ways. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
money wise all the time.
Something what
But
they like, something they
exactly.
like to get
So
there.
it gives a purpose. Like, oh man, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna study hard, and this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna be rewarded in the end.
Yes, yes. So Ricky, before you go, I know you have a lot of people waiting to
No, I'm
train.
gonna do so. I'm gonna show you some mitts before we finish our talk. I'm gonna give you probably like 3 minutes so you can see the mitts.
Okay, great. So before we go into the myths, being a dad, on whatever, whatever the age of the child is, or so forth, any challenges that you face now that you think times are changing, that you had to go through, as being a parent?
My kids growing up, well, that's one thing. You know, my
Yeah.
daughter, my oldest daughter growing up, you know, she's 25. She's a woman now. And, you know, one thing, I grew up in an era where we show our elders and our parents respect.
Yes.
And some of these kids, when you hang around with certain kids, they learn bad habits.
Right.
And my daughter, both of them, even Sadie to this day, there's once in a while in a time that she'll try to talk back to me, and I'll put a stop to it. I will not allow it. But I believe there should be discipline. But I learned that I teach my kid, hey, wherever you meet, like you just met my daughter Sadie, she's really respectful, and she says hi, she's courtesy, and that's the way it should be. Because there's some kids that come here with attitudes, and I try to teach them in the gym. I try to teach them discipline. Hey, you know, you got to open your mouth, say hi, how are you, how was your day, how you doing. You don't walk by just somebody and ignore them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a parent, I learned that my you know, I'm 43 years old. So as a parent, I gotta teach that to my kids. You know, be disciplined, be courtesy to others. If somebody needs help, you help them out. You know, we live in an environment that is really tough.
Yeah.
You're from the Middle East, and I'm from Central America, and us here in America, a lot of Latinos, we're very envious of each other. If we see somebody succeed, they're not really happy for you, and
Yeah.
that's one chain that I would love to, and I'm trying to break it. You know, and that's what I tell my daughter, baby. I go, if you see a little kid in school and she don't have no food, you give her some of yours, you share it, you
Yeah.
know, and you help others.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cultures like your culture. Yeah, I'm sure you guys help each other out. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of people don't do that. Omar, they don't.
I think it's about give and take, and I think obviously there's different approaches to all of that. But as long as there's respect, I think at the end of the day, I think that's where you want to build towards. So before we go to the myths, the last question I have: do you think electronics, Ricky, right, for this generation, right? Do you think there's an overload of electronics and content, right? Taking away from actual physical activity or interaction. Everything is now phone and YouTube and all of that kind of stuff.
Believe yes, and also I believe that's the future.
Yeah.
That's the future. Electronics. So like I tell my daughter, I always tell her, baby, if you're gonna do something when you go to school, even though I know you want to be a lawyer, you want to do this, you want to become an FBI agent, look into computers, look into what do you call it? Intelligence stuff, because that's the future. Wherever you go now, you have to pay with a credit card. You have to punch in. If you want to go somewhere, you have to punch in digital on your computer, on your iPhone, on your phone, everything. Everything's you gotta be. It's all computerized, digital.
That's the good side of, that's the good side of tech, right? But then obviously there's the kind of the bad side where kids or even adults like spend hours and
Oops.
hours just
Hours on the phone.
watching just content that is really rubbish, and there's not, and they it's wasting really time and
Yeah.
socializing and that. Do you kind of feel that?
People read off phone now. People they have books on their phones now. So is but yeah, I think it has a lot. I think it's a low overflow on
There's
it.
an overkill. Yeah, yeah.
I think as a parent, you gotta
Manage
put a
it.
time to it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
What do you think? What
All
do you
right.
think of it?
Well, I mean, part of why I started SKIPYDOO is I found my kids kind of overloading on content, and myself, I'm guilty as well. So I'm not, out of the loop. And I thought there was a maybe disconnect between me and them. And the more I kind of created games for them and brought them into different activities and played with them more and more, obviously I was happy because I got to spend more time with them, and they were happy. So that's what we're trying to do is like give parents and provide them games and ways to use very limited resources to have fun and play instead of just wasting time or more and more time on content that really doesn't add any benefit to both sides.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something right now with the mitts. Okay.
Sure, let's go.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna show you guys just the fundamentals, just the basics with my daughter Sadie, how to throw a jab and right hand. So, no jab. No jab right hand. Do it again. See? It's not tired. I got it. Yeah, I'm telling on everybody. Stop. 4. Yeah. Yeah. Right hand, hold right hand. Stop. Hands up. Go. Oh, hey. Hands up.
That was cool.
That was so hot.
That was really cool. That was really cool. So, Ricky, thank you so much for spending some time with us and introducing us to your gym, to your life, to your daughters. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise.
And then we hope to see you soon in person in Saudi, right? For the
That'd be
first time.
amazing.
Yeah, and then hopefully, you never know, Tengoose.
When do you come in town?
I come in town hopefully. I'm trying to maybe, but between October and November. So
Okay. Well, hopefully we can meet here, have lunch, and talk and continue this.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited. Sounds good, man. Take care. Have a nice
You
rest of
too.
your day.
Bye-bye.
Take care.